Hi, and welcome to another edition of Geek Gumbo. I'm your host, Daiquiri Jack. I know some of you have probably been expecting this episode ever since I said that I'm a sci-fi nerd of the 80s. So let's not waste any more time. We'll jump right into Big Trouble in Little China.
Our story begins with the introduction of Shen, played by Victor Wong, as he's questioned by his lawyer regarding the events we're about to see. As the lawyer puts it,
half a city block explodes in a ball of green flame. Green flame! I mean, so all hell is breaking loose here.
Apparently the authorities are searching for someone named Jack Burton, who Egg fiercely defends as the lawyer keeps insisting that Egg tells him where the man is. The lawyer eventually relents and asks Egg if he believes in magic. Egg happily admits that not only does he believe in magic and sorcery, but they all should. The lawyer asks Egg for proof, and Egg pulls out a little force lightning. As the lawyer is very obviously shitting his pants at this point, Egg begins to tell a story of what happened. As the opening credits roll, we meet the aforementioned Jack Burton, played by Kurt Russell. Now, Jack is a truck driver on his way to San Francisco's Chinatown district. It's a dark and stormy night, and naturally, because this guy is apparently billed as the hero, he's driving with the same kind of sunglasses that the Blues Brothers wear.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Jack is also one of those truckers who just loves to talk and never seems to shut up, so he passes the time driving by passing on words of wisdom over a CB radio to whomever's listening. Eventually he arrives at the outdoor markets, and the name of his truck, the Porkchop Express, is explained as they start removing a bunch of pigs from the trailer. Jack, now finished his run, hangs out at the market for the rest of the night, enjoying the local cuisine and playing some Chinese fantan. By the morning, our hero has made a bunch of money and is laughing as everyone else walks away, leaving Jack alone with his friend, Wang Chi. Wang, while brandishing a fairly large cleaver, bets Jack that he can do some crazy kung fu with that cleaver and slice a glass bottle in half. Naturally, Jack agrees, and
it's all in the reflexes.
The two men playfully banter as Jack insists that Wang pay the bet, but Wang mentions that he has to first go to the airport. On Jack's insistence, they pile into the Porkchop Express and hit the road. At the airport, Jack meets Grace Law, but trouble, dare I say, big trouble, ensues as Jack runs afoul of a couple of gang members called the Lords of Death. While one of them whips out a butterfly knife and a collapsible beat stick, the other one pulls a revolver, which just shows how great airport security was back in the 80s. The other gang members grab Miao Yin, Wang's fiancée.
Son of a bitch must pay.
A rip-roaring car chase ensues as Jack and Wang race after the Lords of Death and the Millennium Falcon. The Porkchop Express. After turning down a tight alley, the heroes end up losing the gang members, but run across a funeral procession of a group of monks called the Chang Sings. If you listen closely, you can hear Jack shit a brick when the Wing Kong, the bad guy mooks of this film, starts showing up. After a quick face-down and gun battle, the two groups decide to go hand-to-hand and proceed to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other. I guess the guns were there to get rid of the unworthy or something. The battle goes on for a little bit until a green explosion belches out the three storms.
Green flame!
You know, I never actually got the name of these guys. The credits say Thunder, Rain, and Lightning.
These guys are apparently bulletproof and are experts of wire fu as they leap past the Porkchop Express when our heroes try to make a run for it. Enter Lopan, whose grand entrance is to get run over? Lopan, unfazed by the truck, does a glowing scream which blinds Jack for a moment as they bravely run away.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Later at Wang's restaurant, we meet Eddie and Uncle Chu as we find out that Miao Yin was sold off to a whorehouse called the White Tiger. They go to the White Tigers to buy Miao Yin back by having Jack dress up like a dipstick schmuck. But the storms bust in and kidnap Miao Yin before flying away. Jack and Wang then go to the Wing Kong Exchange, bluff their way in, and promptly get caught in an elevator. After a lovely round of torture with rubber balls from Rain, they are taken to see Lopan, who is now a giggling old man in a wheelchair. Lopan starts to ask about Miao Yin's family before going into an explanation of why he needs her.
A girl with green eyes to satisfy Qing Dai. A girl brave enough to embrace the naked blade. And when I find her, I will marry her.
Never!
Then Qing Dai will be happy and my curse will be lifted.
You can go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave.
Indeed!
The two get wheeled into a dungeon where they're able to get loose thanks to Jack's boot knife. Thunder rolls in a minute later with Eddie, who just got captured a minute ago with Grace and Margot, Grace's reporter friend. Jack pulls a knife on Thunder, who decides he wants to pretend to be a blowfish, and ends up knocking Jack out of the dungeon room. The boys quickly find the girls after Jack figures out how to shoot a gun.
First time you ever plugged somebody?
Of course not.
Come on!
And they, along with a bunch of kidnapped Chinese girls, swim through the building's sewer system until they make it out the front door. Grace, naturally, gets captured by some weird furry demon thing and is taken to Lopan, who realizes that she also has green eyes. Meanwhile, Wang and Jack prepare to go back to the exchange with Egg Shen, who we find out not only is a Chinese wizard, he's also the local expert on Lopan. They gear up and use a secret tunnel under Egg's place to sneak inside, along with a small group of the Chang Sings. Meanwhile, Lopan and the Storm start doing their kung fu magic thing to have the two girls hold on to a glowing sword and rise up off the floor to touch a disco ball on the ceiling. This is apparently a good thing, as Lopan decides he's going to marry both of them. Our heroes finally arrive at Lopan's hideout, where they get some more exposition from Egg.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
What, this gets worse? Come on.
We even get treated to a Chinese beholder, who lets Egg and Lopan trade insults for a moment before Jack answers the age-old question. Why don't you just shoot the damn thing?
Hey, you never know till you try.
They make it to Lopan's office, where they find a secret elevator. Before they go down, Egg gives everyone a shot of a magic potion he's been drooling over for probably the last 10 minutes of the movie. The potion starts to make them feel all warm and happy as they go down the elevator and watch the beginning of the wedding.
And now, my beloved disciples, the moment of truth, the needle of love.
Wait a minute, the needle of love? Yeesh. I hate to hear what the honeymoon will be like. Don't worry, honey, it's just a little prick.
Good night, everybody.
Anyway, Egg tells them to wait until the ceremony is done so that Lopan isn't a ghost anymore, but are spotted by that beholder thing, who promptly gets a sword to the face. A battle ensues where the Chang Sing starts showing mad skills from the potion, and Wang becomes a super swordsman and kills Rain after they fly around for a bit. Lopan takes Miao Yin away, and Jack and Gracie take a shortcut through the elevator, where Jack gets to kiss the girl. Then you get the final showdown between Jack and Lopan, while Wang keeps Thunder busy. Jack tosses his trusty knife and misses by a mile. Lopan tosses it back, and Jack snatches it out of the air and slings it right back at Lopan's head. The heroes start to make their way back out while Thunder decides to kill himself and lightning catches a Buddha to the face. They come across the Porkchop Express and drive away. The movie ends with everyone saying goodbye to Jack as he heads back out into the open road, leaving behind Gracie and changing his CB banter to include the words of wisdom from his adventure. You also get a little twist at the end when you get to see that hairy demon thing pop up from the underside of the truck as it rolls down the highway.
So that's Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, I loved this movie as a kid, and I love it even more now that I actually get some of the jokes. It's extremely campy, and a lot of the scenes, especially the action scenes, remind you of the old Bruce Lee movies. Although, what the hell was the gang sign that the Chang Sings kept throwing up? Anyway, Jack is a great everyman. He follows his friends around in a perpetual state of confusion, but he does his best to act cool and tough. He's not supposed to be Conan or Rambo or one of those kind of guys. He's just the right guy in the right place. I give Big Trouble in Little China a 9 out of 10. An epic film. If you're looking for pure 80s camp, this is the movie for you. Until next time, I'm Daiquiri Jack, this is Geek Gumbo, and there it is.